Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gavinsky's Tutorials. Today I'm looking at the Korg Far North preset pack, which is included in Module or Module Pro as an in-app purchase. Now, I've got 5 copies of any in-app purchase from Module or Module Pro to give away to subscribers to the channel who are watching in the first 2 days of release of this video. All the details of what you've got to do are in the pinned comment at the top of the YouTube comments section. And please do read that carefully, everybody, even if you're a regular, because the instructions are a bit different from normal. For example, when you write a comment below, you also need to mention which in-app purchase you would like to win. Now, this is a great prize because Korg Module, let me just say first, Korg Module is free, right? Korg Module Pro is a paid app. So if, let's say, you want to get an in-app purchase for these, some of them are cheap. For example, the Far North one is only $5, I think the price is. And some of them, though, are pretty expensive. For example, let's see. You know, this Korg Module Performance Expansion thing, that's $30. Some other things, yeah, you know, $20, $30. So some of these are pretty expensive in-app purchases, so it's quite a good price. So I'm not going to go through all the different in-app purchases and stuff here. You can do that yourself, check it out. Like I say, you can download Korg Module for free, and then you just go in, open it up, and open up the Store tab, and you can see all the in-app purchases and what they cost. But another really cool thing is you can try everything in here before you buy it, and there's one thing that I'm really happy about that Korg did. So all these in-app purchases can be demoed for 7 days. So every single one has a 7-day free trial. So you can try everything. So after you watch this video today, for example, if you like this Far North pack, you can go and try it first for 7 days. And then if you want to buy it, it's just $5. So I'm doing this one because I really, really like the sounds in it. Now, later in the video, and maybe through the video, I'm also going to talk about some of my criticisms and frustrations with the way that things have been set up in the synth in Korg Module. But certainly in terms of sounds, I could not fault these. They're totally up my street. I absolutely love them. So before I say anything else, let's go in and listen to some sounds. Maybe close your eyes for a minute or two, because this first example, what I've done is just recorded a couple of audio tracks into 4 Pockets multi-track recorder. I used 3 different presets from Far North, played them in, just using the AUM keyboard, did a little bit of tweaking of some of the knobs. I think it sounds pretty nice. So I did not add any other external effects or anything like that. All these sounds are completely just from the Far North preset pack. So I'm really in the mood for this kind of drone-y stuff at the moment. I'll just give you a little book recommendation, actually. I just finished reading, in fact, listening to a book by a guy called Harry Sword, S-W-O-R-D. The book is called Monolithic Undertow, and it's a history of drone music. And drone music in the widest sense, like drone is probably the most ancient type of music. In fact, probably the first instruments that people ever played were just blowing on an animal horn, you know, just one note. Really, really cool book, yes, so I'd strongly recommend that. Now, anyway, get back to Korg Module here, and let's go through and listen to some presets, and as I go, I'll talk about some of the different features of the app and the pros and cons. So I'm going to start with the group of presets inside the Far North pack called Soviet Scapes. So different presets are put together under different names. For example, here we have Soviet Scapes Mural, and then we got another one down here, Soviet Scapes Omsk 5, Pylon, and so on. These are spread about because if you look at the way things are organized, first in this we have these organ presets, and then we've got strings or choir presets and brass, and then we've got a bunch of synth ones. But what unites the presets in any given group, for example, all the Soviet Scapes presets, if we look at the knobs are all the same in all of these. Okay, so we've got this top row with the tune and ratio knobs, middle row, mod rate and mod amount, and then we're coming down to this grit, time, and sustain. So first I'm just going to demo these, and then I'll look at the knobs and how we can tweak. I think it's important for people to see how much tweaking they can do within the limited number of knobs that you get in each preset. I really like these Soviet Scapes ones. Very, very soundscapey. So of course it sounds really great to just get a few of these going at the same time. Using something like AUM MIDI mixer to automate the faders. Now let's look at some of the knobs. Let's close these first. Okay. Playing here with the FM operators, getting changes in pitch and harmonics and so on. Great, add some noise. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Bit of distortion maybe. Time. With low time value and low sustain value here, we'll get more percussive sounds. We bring time up here, we're going to get something more pad-like. Oh. So you see, these are maybe going to change your tuning significantly. So if you're playing with these knobs, you might want to use a tuner or some kind of reference, like another tuned instrument, to make sure that you're in nice tuning. Okay, let's go on and look at another one, another bunch of presets. So the next group we're looking at is the analog winter group. Here we have marimba, timpani, pizzicato, flute, brass, choir, organ, strings. I'll switch this flute over to the brass in a second. I'll just let the others go in the background. Choir. We got strings and then the organ. So let's look at some of these knobs. So this analog, let me bring this level up. You can hear that's doing a kind of detuning. Now, vibrato rate, we'll only hear something if we play with the mod wheel. Stereo spread. Now again, our time, so more percussive, more pad-like. Now, so here we're basically controlling the shape of the filter envelope and the envelope amount. Filter cutoff and key tracking. So key tracking, just controlling the relationship between the pitch of the notes and how much the filter gets opened. Okay, so I won't go through the knobs on all of them, that you've got the idea now what the knobs in this group do. Let's go on to the next group. So this group, Snowfall Cabin, has 4 different presets. So it's really nice to play with this snow speed and the level. And the filter on that. Now if we take this down, we can get rid of the synth, more or less. There's still a little bit. But Flutter's basically doing, I guess, tape, wow, and flutter type thing, kind of vibrato really. And here we're playing with the FM. And then again we've got our more percussive to more pad-like thing with the time. Okay, next group. So the Ice Cave group has 8 different presets. I'll start with 4 because I've been getting CPU spikes when I've been trying to load 8 instances of module running these. So these ones might be quite CPU heavy. I wonder if the polyphony on these is also a bit more limited because I'm often getting some clicking when I'm trying to put in from Rosetta particles, even though I'm not using very heavy density of notes or very long gate length or anything like that, so not really sure what's going on there. Obviously just can't handle much polyphony. All right, let's have a listen. Just get a few of them going. Hear that clicking? And listen to the next 4. Nice bit of delay. This one's really cool. When you release the note, you get this lovely falling pattern. And here we're getting a rising pattern. Play with some knobs. I'm sure you'd agree it would be nice to have descriptions for these. Not really that clear what they're doing. So let's look at the last group. Now these Fireside Embers ones, there are just 3. And these ones are a bit enigmatic. I often find when I'm playing around with these that I adjust the knobs and don't hear anything. And it's because it seems that the knobs need to be set in a certain way for all of them to work. And haven't quite figured these ones out properly yet. These 2 though are very noticeable. Burn and Tame. These bottom 3 much less so. They seem to really depend on what you've got going in the other ones. So Korg, please give us descriptions of these. You can hear now, see that's doing something, but it took some experimenting to get it to start doing that. and the names are just not that obvious at all what they're actually doing. Last but not least, so again, the bottom three being a bit enigmatic there. Okay, so let me do a little recap, quick look at the pros and cons. So first, the main thing I like about this is just incredible sound. Really, really beautiful sound quality and extremely well designed presets. I just love the aesthetic of whoever it was. I don't know if it was a single person or a group of people who designed these presets. It's really, really my kind of thing. I also find that the reverb is great quality in this synth. A lot of synths have kind of poor reverb or poor effects in general. All the effects in this are really top quality. Not really surprising. You know, you'd expect from Korg it would be good quality sound. Then it's also great that we have the 7-day free trial for the different sound packs in here. Okay, 7 days, that's a nice generous amount. I always feel that when developers offer a free trial, it shows that they have faith in their product. Personally, I feel that there are a lot of iOS apps that people would get and would try a 7-day trial and then go, no, you know what, I'm not going to bother buying this. I think that on iOS, a lot of people buy apps just because they want to try them out. And this is really wrong. I wish that Apple would force developers to actually give free trials. I imagine that they didn't because maybe they felt that they would sell more apps by not doing it. But as a consumer, I think I deserve the right to try something, particularly with music apps. How are you really going to know if you like something until you try it? On desktop, it's very, very normal for there to be trials for desktop software. I would really like to see the same on iOS. So I'm really glad it has the 7-day trial. I'm also glad that Module is a free app, right? So you like this pack, all you've got to do is pay the $5 to buy this pack. Now, let's come into some things that I'm not so crazy about. So first of all, as I mentioned a few times, I think in this video, I don't like the responsiveness of the knobs. I get a bit unpredictable control over things. I was chatting to one of my friends about this, Elias, outside the synth, and he also mentioned that he finds these knobs not really the best. And what he mentioned, and I agree with him, is on iOS apps, I really like it when the knobs use the vertical axis for faster movements and the horizontal axis for fine control. Personally, I'm not a big fan of rotary knobs, but I know some people really like them. Some people say you get used to them. I've always been more of a fan of the linear and horizontal movements. It's just that on this, I really don't find it that accurate. So I really would like to see the knobs improved. I also don't know why in the standalone app you can switch between linear and rotary, but in the audio unit there's only linear. So that's one thing I'm not that crazy about. Also, the limited tweakability. So you only have these 7 knobs. As I say, some people like this. They like having these limits. Personally, I would really prefer if everything in this synth was exposed. Now, maybe that's what this panel here is for. I don't know. Maybe they're leaving the option of opening this up at some point and you'll have full access to everything. Maybe you're going to be able to customize. That would be really cool if you could make your own knobs and set things up exactly the way you like it. I don't know. But at the moment, basically, this panel here is just wasted space. Why is this taking up half of this space? It's just completely unnecessary. It's not really doing anything apart from this part here. If we open that up, if we don't, then this whole space here is just wasted. So not crazy about that. Also, as I mentioned in the video, sometimes I'm getting clicking because I think this doesn't handle large amounts of polyphony. That may not be a problem unless you're sending in sustained notes. But if you're putting in a lot of sustained notes, you might get clicking. Also, there is no double tap to reset knobs to default, which is something I always appreciate in synths. And I also always appreciate a manual. I mean, even with something like this, where it is in many ways quite simple, I think that users appreciate a description of what exactly Burn is doing, what exactly is Tame doing. So I would like those things to be added. But overall, I'm very pleased with this. I really, really love the sounds. And again, kudos to Korg for giving people that 7-day trial. So just go and get Korg Module for free and try this out. After 7 days, if you like it, buy it. If you don't buy it. Great. All right. So everyone, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't done it already, please do remember, if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. Support the channel in any way you can. Watching ads is a great one. Sharing this on social media, telling your friends about it, whatever, anything. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this and see you in the next video. Cheers, folks.